Good morning guys, welcome back to our next video. So today I've just had the keys to this Volvo XC90 dropped into the studio for a full pre-sales clean. Now a pre-sales clean means getting a vehicle to a standard that you would be happy to advertise it into the network of Auto Trader, eBay, Facebook, etc. Now the best way to do that is to get your car clean. All of these websites suggest that. So if you go on Auto Trader, you go on Motorway, they say make sure your car is really clean. It gives people a really good idea about the car before they come and visit you to buy it off you. So step one is I'm going to go and give you guys a bit of a tour around just how grubby this Volvo is, and then going forwards show you the process, what's involved and how much it costs, and also options that we will offer along the way to make small repairs to the car to get you a better value going forwards. So I'm just going to head outside into the wash bay. I've opened the car up. Let's go and have a look round. Right, so here she is. It is a 59 plate XC90. So starting off, look at all the grub in the shuts and the engine bay. Just generally grubby everywhere. Always nice to have a well presented engine bay when selling a car. But the majority of the grub is inside. So let's have a little look in here. We've got a fair bit to sort. It's not that lovely in here. So we're going to get all of the customers' belongings, put them safely into some bags. But yeah, have a look. It's pretty minging. All in the shuts, all in the plastics, underneath the seats, all in the door cards, you name it. It needs sorting. Got a fair amount of McDonald's in here with some leaves, with some rubbish. And then this is a two-toned interior. So what that means is we've got leather bolsters, but we've got fabric in the middle. So we're going to need to wet vac extract those areas and then deeply clean the leather outside. Let's have a little look in the boot. Okay, yeah, so same story in here. It needs some love. There's going to be some steam, there's going to be a lot of vacuuming, and there's going to be a lot of pressurized air to get this looking as it should do. So yeah, these are the kind of jobs we relish. They're a lovely challenge. They make great before and afters, and so this one we've chosen especially for a video because this isn't a high-end ceramic. This is, you know, back to basics, getting a car in the condition that you want prior to selling. I reckon there could have been some doggies in here. They look like dog footprints. We've got a fair bit to do. It is a 7-seater as well, so we've got more seats to deal with as the job progresses. Then on the outside of the car, once all of the inside's done, we do give them a clay bar and a single stage machine polish, because what that does, it will brighten the paintwork up, remove, you know, 50-60% of the swells and make it, you know, perfect for sale, and then give it a coat of wax going forwards after that. Little areas like in the fuel cap, always worth doing. You know, these are all part of our basic cleans, so you know all the basics will be covered well, as well as the wheel arches and wheels. Yeah, they are pretty grubby, to be fair. So let's get to it. We'll get the camera set up and we'll get a start on the wash bay. Yeah, it's not nice in here, is it? What are you saying, Steve? Grubby girl?
It's rough.
It's rough. It is rough. So we're just getting the customers' belongings out and putting them in a bag, and we can let them sort through what's rubbish and what's not. Obviously, actual rubbish we will get rid of, but there are some belongings, you know, phone charger cables, that kind of malarkey in the car. But yeah, she is going to need some proper valeting skills on this one to get this nice. Having a look through, even down there on the hinges, everything is just grubby and needs attention. So let's get at it. So hidden compartments always have hidden treasures. Not so much in this car though, it's just grubby. Obviously been used as a tip run car because, you know, it's a Volvo, why wouldn't you? it's what it's for. It's the next step down from a van, having an XC90 and having it for kid life, dog life and everything else that goes with it. But that's why we're here. We are going to make this thing look lovely and ready for sale. It will not be recognisable. Hey guys, right, so the car is now back in the studio after all the washing. It's a lot of work on this one. We're going to try and get this paintwork to look somewhat improved for sale as part of our pre-sales detail. And obviously I've shown you all the videos of inside. There's a lot to do in there, but at least the wet works are done and it is now ready to crack on. Wilson can't be bad at all. Quite a few scratches and scuffs to deal with. So yeah, let's get this clay guard and get machined. Okay, so paintwork is now clayed and we're ready for giving it a single stage enhancement to try and make some of these marks disappear so it looks good for sale. Let's get to it. Right guys, so that's the end of the detail on the Volvo now. Just going to show you around exactly what we've achieved with our pre-sales clean. So, having a look around the paintwork, as you saw earlier, the paintwork was quite faded and dull and no longer looks like that at all. It looks really good for sale. Obviously, as I said, this is never going to be perfect, but it does have a much more warmer feel about the paint and the defects have been knocked back quite well. So now when somebody turns up, they're going to see the car and probably, you know, have better opinions of it than they would have beforehand. Not only that, we've also sealed the trims and all the plastic wheel arches, as well as dressing the tyres. Obviously that makes a massive difference when you're looking at a car to purchase. It just looks a lot smarter in general. But as we know, the really bad bit about the XC90 was indeed the interior. So I'll show you that now. Tom is going to pop the engine bay and we'll show you the engine bay clean. But from where this was, if you remember all the McDonald's chips that were sat down there, all the mud in the mats and the dirt carried on through the centre console, and how grubby these seats were. Again, the worst of it was in the back. Now looking a lot fresher and a lot cleaner. Considering this is, you know, quite an old vehicle, it looks pretty new now indoors, and the first person that comes and sees this car is going to have assumed it's had a very, very, very nice life indeed, and it's been cherished. So just coming around to the engine bay. Again, quite nice when a customer pulls up to see this. First thing you do is you come and have a look around the engine. It all looks very well presented in here, so there's no dirt on any of the ancillaries where you as a consumer or an owner of the vehicle need to touch. Those things are all nice and clean. Battery area, and then of course the engine. There's no horrible oily residues, nothing that looks unsightly. This car was sound, there wasn't any oil leaks, so it's not like we're trying to hide anything here. We're just enhancing the look of what we've got. So again, nice and clean, all through the metalworks, all through the shuts, all really good. All around the lip of the bonnet as well. A nice end to the job. So all we need to do now is going to pull the car forward, and then we'll show you in the boot area, and that will conclude our pre-sales detail. So this detail starts at £275 and represents really, really good value. We don't put long lasting protection on the paintwork, which is why it is reduced in price from a stage 1. A stage 1 with us is £375, but where we're not having to put any sealants and waxes on this, it just literally has a high beading quick detailer applied after a single stage polish, meaning the customer, that's up to them what they'd like to do, but the car looks good and we're representing the best value we can for a detail at this price point. So looking inside the back, as you can see, absolutely lovely. It was pretty awful in here as well. Tom's managed to use the steamer on all of the plastics, all in the vents and the grills, all the way through to the interior seating, cup holders, much better. So, you know, we've taken a vehicle that was pretty bad, and I think what we would have done here is we've probably polished probably £800 to £1,000 worth of value back into the car. So from, you know, you'd have listed it beforehand at bottom book, you certainly would get top book for this car now. Well, there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and watch the next one. I would really appreciate it. This is our 275 pre-sales detail. Next one, I don't know what it's going to be. We'll pick that car as and when it arrives, but this one certainly was a really good way of demonstrating where a car can be and where we can get it to for not really that much money. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.